Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is Bridges and it's your girl Jazini. Check out my playlists on the Two-Face Idibia's case. For those people who are glamorizing divorce, I'm making it look so easy. It is not so easy. Divorce is not a walk in the park. Marriage is not a walk in the park. It's not boyfriend, it's not girlfriend, where you can walk in and walk out anytime you like. It's an entanglement. It comes with its burdens. Have you wondered the burdens of divorce? You would never know the burdens of divorce until you go through it. These are two people who over the times have been intertwined. And at that point where you say, I don't want again, we want to live separate lives, you start, have you imagined it? Unpacking the clothing. We've put all our clothes together. All accessories. Accessories are materials of clothing or things to enhance your clothing. We've packed our shoes, our jewelries, our wristwatches, everything. Imagine everything that is used in the house by a woman and a man, children, where children are involved, and everything that makes a family will begin to unpack. What about bank details? Every businesses we have done together, we have built, we'll start looking for how to separate them. Schools, children's schools. Children are involved, you start looking for how to explain and rationalize whatever is happening. What about friends, in-laws, families, people who have celebrated the both of you together? So many things. Please, list yours in the comment section what you think the burdens of divorce are. It's not easy. It's actually an entanglement. So it's not even what somebody will glamorize. Apart from those physical aspects, we have also built bonds, emotional aspects. You know so much about this person, they know so much about you. We have lived like one. Supports, systems that have been built. Even when people feel like, I know what to do, I have lawyers, I have everything set, I have the money to finalize a divorce, it's never over. Even when you move on to other relationships, you discover that you took a part of this person with you. When you're making out, the picture of that person is in your face. When you're discussing or interacting, there is a subtle comparison between the new person and who you first started with. When anything comes up, there's a subtle comparison between what it has been and what it is now. And one thing people don't tell themselves is that those things are there. They'll be pretending like all is good. And they will fake it that all is good because they don't want people to say again. So this divorce thing is becoming so rampant and normal like it is normal. It is not normal. It is not easy to go through. We are never healed. It's never over. Especially when you have gotten entangled with somebody in spirit, soul, and body. You will never realize the role your partner plays until they are no longer there. Shout out to our widows and widowers. They understand better. Even in cases of separation, I've been emphasizing separation and divorce. They are two different things, but so related. Separation is when you just want to fix things by moving away, not ending it and throwing the key into the oceans. Even when you have thrown those keys into the oceans, like, not anymore. Somehow you make space. You go back to the doors to open them because you need to get some things. Because it's never over. The bridges you think you want, you will need them at some point or the other. I'm not forcing you to stay in toxic relationships. I'm not forcing you to stay in marriages. I'm showing you why you need to be a sane human being and the person who is playing your own parts so that it won't all go wrong. If A is doing his part, B is doing his part, together as a whole, it will work. A woman has a role, a man has a role. And where these roles are not being played properly, something can be done. You can learn how it is done. You can train yourself. One of the ways to have a successful marriage is to be the right person. It's not in looking for the right person. Two-Face is busy saying, I'm looking for my true love. Are you the true love? Because in a marriage relationship, what you give is what you get. It's an entanglement where you get exactly what you give. When you prioritize the next person, the person will prioritize you. It's only satanic human beings that when you're doing good to them, they're doing bad to you. Nobody. It's a give and take. So before people start glamorizing divorce and make it look like a walk in the park and easy stuff, think again and know that it is not just as easy as it is painted. The hurts never heal. The losses never go away. They're there. Destinies are affected. Lives are changed. Paths are derailed. Plans. Everything changed. Your life can be messed up. But by one day of calling the bluff, what is it that cannot be salvaged, cannot be forgiven? You will never realize it until your partner is no longer there. When you wake up in the morning and you forget that you called the bluff and you say, hello Lillian, please call your daddy and ask him the code to whatever. Ask him the pin to the phone. What's the account number? How is the joint account operated? How is this one done? You never realize the role your wife is playing until you have to dress a toddler. Carry them as dependent as they are for all day long. Plan their meals, plan their lives. Wake up in the middle of the night, change diapers. You will never realize that you never even knew how to service your cars. Fuel them. Bolt the engines. Fix the bulbs in the house. Take the children's appointments in school. Send mails. Attend to family members. And do a whole lot. When your partner is there, you will never realize the roles they play. You will never realize that someone was closing the door at night when you slept. You will never realize that when the bathroom doors are broken, someone fixed it until they are no more, until they are no longer there. You will come to realize how together we are better, how together we have been, and how things are no longer how it used to be. Someone is going to tell me you'll get another one. The same problems or challenges you faced in the previous ones will still creep up in another way. In another way. In another way. You will never realize it until the school calls and you cannot leave your job to rush to the school, something your partner has been doing before now. You will never realize it when you still have someone in the house staying with the kids till you come. You will never realize your partner did a lot. You will never realize your partner did a lot until they are no more. Until they are no longer there. You will never realize it until you realize that the same person advising you has his own put together, has a way of managing their own problems in their relationships, have found ways to get to common grounds. You will never realize it until you are the one in the news and they are the ones that have things going for them. You will never realize it until they appear like whole people while you are the one that appears broken. You will never realize it until the people pushing you appear like whole people while you appear like the broken person. Those silent screams in your rooms, the tears when you bath and nobody knows it. Had I known, I wish I did this way. I wish I did that way. You will never know until it actually happens and dawns on you that it is never better anywhere and that the solutions you have are the ones you deliberately give yourself. No doubt, relationships can become toxic, they can become strenuous, they can become discouraging, they can become tumultuous, they can become troubling, they can become challenging, they can become a thing of concern, especially considering the fact that you are in an enclosure, in a space, in a family, in space with this same person. Always, constantly, they are all in your face. It's like there is the possibility of changing them. It's like enough is enough. It's like, can I do something else? Can I have a life? Yes, those feelings are there. But the goods outweigh the bads. The positives outweigh the negatives. We can find ourselves in these relationships, but I will still tell you that there are remedies, there are things that can be done. There are so many things that can be done to get you in a good mental state to continue fulfilling purpose. Marriage is a calling. It's fulfilling purpose. If you are successful in it, you didn't fail. If you are successful in it, you have an award because you made good efforts. You played your role, you played your part. Where there are danger, one option is separation. I keep emphasizing separation, but not divorce. Another option is therapy. If you feel your partner so needs help, therapy is an option. There can be counseling. Counseling is an option. Another remedy is cultural shifts. What I'll call education. Education. Marriages between people who are enlightened and educated seem less strenuous than for those who are not. Education is not merely entering the classrooms or going to school. Education is getting the required knowledge for what you are going into, any endeavor in life. When you are equipped in knowledge in those areas, and then your learning is complete. Learning is complete when you have started implementing those behavioral changes that are expected of you as a learner. When you begin to implement them in the area of your marriage, it will get easier. I'm not saying it will work, I said it will get easier. Knowledge is important in anything you want to go into. So education is important. Cultural shifts, I tied both of them together because education is going to help your cultural shifts, because there are so many things we hold on to that influences our outcomes in our marriages. But most times it is good to compare these things we hold on to and see what is very practicable, ideal, real for you. So most of these cultural differences look like, or cultural phenomenon look like things we cannot do without. It's a lie. Cultures shift with time. Things that are not acceptable change with time. So cultural shifts can help your relationship. Rehabilitation. One other option is rehab, where you have people who are violent, who have a behavioral pattern that is negative. Rehabilitation is needed. In those rehabilitation processes, they're going to acquire necessary knowledges, they're going to detox, they're going to unlearn and relearn. It might take a while, but it's something you should give a try. Giving up on your relationship most times makes us not want to try, not want to give in these efforts. Like, why should I? But if it's worth it to succeed, you can try. Other options are withdrawal of privileges. Some people misbehave in relationships because of certain privileges you give them or the ones they give themselves. So if you are able to withdraw some of these privileges, it can be one of the respites. Interventions of mentors is another option. The mistakes we make these days is what couples call third-party intervention. The misunderstanding of third-party interventions in marriages. Some people have come to feel that it means that people cannot come in to help us. No. And if you're a married person and you don't have a model you look up to, like a working relationship that you look up to, even if they don't know about it. I'm not saying worship those people. I'm not saying take everything. There has to be some things you're picking from somewhere. You don't have people you can talk to. You bottle in a lot of things. You die in your silence. You cannot ask questions because you feel it's a third-party involvement. That is not what we mean when we talk about third-party involvement in marriages. No, I don't want third-party involvements that they die in silence. Their hearts get so heavy that it's like it's bursting. And at such moments, they make decisions that will affect their relationship or their marriage. Dying in silence. Don't meet everybody. I'm not saying meet everybody you see and start discussing your marriage. There has to be people you have come to trust, you have come to revere, you have come to respect, and they should earn it.